Hello everyone, this is the KMN 1971, and this is my first comic book haul video. I've been watching YouTube comic book haul videos for probably the last 3 years now, and I felt it was time to jump into the community basically and just add my 2 cents and basically showcase the books that I've been buying for the last couple of months. A little bit about myself. I've been a comic book fan on and off, mostly on since the 1970s. Superman and Star Wars movies, like a lot of 70s kids, I'm sure was a huge influence on my comic book buying habits moving forward. Um, Presently now, I still buy new comics. I still love the hobby, obviously, and I love the collecting aspect. Key issues, first appearances, but above everything else, it's still old school for me. I still love reading the books more than anything. I love a classic run. I love the old school Alan Moore classic runs on Saga of the Swamp Thing, George Perez and Marv Wolfman's New Teen Titans, Frank Miller's Daredevil, um, Jim Starlin's Captain Marvel, WARLOCK. There is just so much a treasure trove of classic runs out there, and I enjoy both. I know some of the younger collectors tend to just focus on the key issues. I tend to do both, and whatever gets you by, right? So collect the way that you want to collect. Without any further ado, I figured what better way to start off than with Superman versus Muhammad Ali, done by the great duo of Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams. Awesome. Next up, The Power of Warlock, #1. Marvel Premiere, #47. First appearance of Scott Lang's Ant-Man. 2. It's funny, because before the Marvel movies, I could really care less about Ant-Man. But after Paul Rudd did basically a Robert Downey Jr. and made me really care about a character that I didn't care so much about before. Great job. Werewolf by Night, #3. Some classic Marvel early horror stuff from the 70s. Werewolf by Night, #2. Also great stuff. Possibly my favorite Black Panther cover, Jungle Action, #23, featuring the Black Panther. That is awesome. A little bit of an X-Men run. X-Men 102. X-Men 103. X-Men 104. Great cover. Great Dave Cockrum cover. First time the new X-Men battle Magneto. The all-new, all-different X-Men 105. This book came out now, it would probably say Marvel Now somewhere. All-new, all-different X-Men 106. Classic. Incredible Hulk Annual #6. Book that's been gaining a little bit of heat because of Guardians of the Galaxy #2. Hopefully I learn how to talk a little bit better as these videos go on. Howard the Duck #13. The first appearance of Kiss in a comic. I could really care less about Kiss, to be honest, but it was cool and it was at the right price. Submariner #59. Allegedly, this is the first time that Thor and Submariner ever locked horns. And who doesn't like a good old-fashioned comic book slugfest between heroes? Please. Conan #4. This, speaking of classic runs, Roy Thomas and Barry Windsor Smith on Conan is it has to be in my top 10 all-time favorite. Learn How to Talk, Please, KMN. Conan the Barbarian, number 5. Conan the Barbarian, number 11. These old, early 70s books are so tough to get in good condition with the square bound covers, as I'm sure everyone here knows. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Alan Moore. I've actually never read this. A little embarrassed to admit it, but it's true. The Shadow, number 1. Mike Kaluta art. Jonah Hex Spectacular. I'm not really sure if that's the actual title of the book, but I remember Comic Hoarder, I believe, showed it off in one of his videos, and this is the death of Jonah Hex. And he does not go out pretty. At all. Jumping to the Silver Age for a little while. Showcase, number 59. The third appearance of the Teen Titans. Love me some Teen Titans. Teen Titans, number 11. Teen Titans, number 12. Teen Titans, number 25. Now, this issue is actually the first appearance of Lilith. So, if you happen to be buying the new Titans series out of Rebirth, and you want to pick up a first appearance that is relatively cheap, here you go. Teen Titans, number 25. First appearance of Lilith. Now, these last 3, I am so happy to have finally added them to my collection. First up, Sandman, number 8. The first appearance of Death. Great. Classic. Sandman, number 1. Awesome. This is one of those books that, on one hand, I'm extremely happy to finally own it. On the other hand, I'm a little embarrassed that I'm just starting to enjoy this run now. But better late than never. And then lastly, I am a huge Batman fan. Pretty much since Miller dropped The Dark Knight on us in the 1980s, Batman has been basically my favorite character to follow in the comic book medium. So here is something that I kind of consider to be a Batman key. Brave and Bold, number 59, the first Batman team-up in the Brave and Bold comic. Eventually he would end up taking over this title, in the same vein as, say, Spider-Man in Marvel Team-Up and The Thing in Marvel 2-in-1. So when I was a young lad growing up, way back in the Old Testament, this was already basically a Batman title. I had no idea that it was basically a showcase variety title beforehand. I had always assumed that it was just a Batman title. So as a Batman fan, to own the first issue that Batman teamed up with another DC hero is just awesome. That's just a great little geek factoid. So, and that's basically my haul. I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'd like to also thank for what has come before me. Basically, all you other YouTubers that have entertained me for the past 3 years or so. Just to name a few: Captain America 8387, Mercenar, Comic Quarter 410, Erod 212, Goomba 213, Lords of the Long Box, Vin Crew, who always brings a classy bitch to the YouTube community. Howler Mouse, of course. Surprise Comics, just to name a few. And there's so many that Palooza, I think his name is. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but this is just a great community. It's a treasure trove of information, and it's a great place to showcase a great hobby. So this is the KMN 1971, signing off. Thank you for watching.